Hey guys, so today I want to talk about some CTE updates and the mysterious UPRISE Dog tag that's been found in the CTE game files by TheRadGamerDan, and for some reason people seem to think it's part of the rumoured 6th DLC. When I woke up this morning I had a couple people saying to me on Twitter, "Harry, the 6th DLC has been confirmed." When I read that I thought, I wonder what's happened for people to think that. When I saw this image of the dog tag from the CTE client, I straight away spoke with TheRadGamerDan, and he told me he spoke with a Battlelog developer on Reddit asking if the UPRISE dog tag has anything to do with the 6th DLC. He replied saying no, as you can see here. So it looks like the dog tag has nothing to do with the extra DLC that may or may not even happen anyway, and to be honest I was a little surprised at how many people so quickly jumped to the conclusion that it was part of this 6th DLC. I'm not too sure why this rumour escalated so quick, but anyway, so what is this dog tag all about then? Well, I have a theory it has something to do with the new competitive game mode that's recently come to the CTE client, which I'll talk more about later, or it might have something to do with the hardline beta that's coming up early next year. Other than that, I'm not too sure what else it's for, but whatever it is, apparently it will be revealed very soon according to this image. So let's talk about this competitive game mode that's recently come to CTE. DICE LA are looking to find a competitive game mode for Battlefield 4, seeing as how a lot of other games are growing their competitive scene. This game mode will be for like-minded people that roughly have the same skill set and will place them in a controlled and ranked environment. DICE LA are aiming for this game mode to still feel like Battlefield, but apparently it doesn't need to include vehicles. The game mode will be based around a variant of Conquest called Double Assault, and the actual game mode internally is called Conquest Ladder, which may or may not change at a later date. I'm sorry to say, but I wasn't able to get any good footage in this game mode. The times I did manage to get into a match, there was only very few people, and most of the time they left after about 2 minutes, but as soon as I get some nice gameplay, I'll upload it so you guys can see. So to give you guys some more details, according to Tigger, he said at first they're starting with 5 vs 5, then moving on to 8v8, 2v2 and even 1v1, which will be very interesting. Also, it sounds like there will be a ranking system that includes things like bronze, silver and gold tier system, and a ladder system which I imagine will have 2 separate sections, maybe one showing clan ranks and the other showing individual player ranks. I don't know about you guys, but this new game mode sounds really good. I'm extremely excited because I love competitive play, and if it works out well, I imagine I'm most likely going to be addicted to it. And if you want to try it for yourself, then go to the homepage of the CTE Battlelog and you should see this matchmaking button, which will find other players that are also wanting to play the competitive game mode. If you don't see this button, just log out of Battlelog, close your browser, then reopen it, log back into Battlelog, and you should see the matchmaking button. So moving on to other CTE updates, I want to quickly show you guys the improved soldier movement to the strafing animation. DICE have made the animation look more smoother to make the soldier move in a more predictable way. At first when comparing it to, I didn't really see that much of a difference, but once I looked harder you'll notice in CTE the side to side moving is a lot smoother. I know it's hard to tell, so make sure to watch at 1080p at full screen. And if you can, watch this video in a browser that supports 60 FPS so you can easily see the difference. Just make sure to look at the shoulders and legs. You'll notice in retail BF4 it's a bit clunky, but on CTE it's a lot smoother, so a nice update overall. If you watched my last video, I talked about the head glitch prototype fix. Well, a few updates on the progress. The CTE devs have said in the patch notes they're torn on how to completely fix the issue, and they plan on combining the solution of the bullets starting lower than the barrel and moving upwards to their normal flight path, and also bringing in a new third-person aiming down sight stance that brings the gun sight to the eyes, which I hope works just like in Battlefield 2. Also, they're working on another animation stance that lowers the gun when too close to certain hide items. A similar stance is already in place in retail BF4, but it only seems to work on objects that you can peek over when aiming down sight. So I'm sure you know by now, the attack heli has seen some improvements to its physics. Check out my last video in case you don't know. It sounds like the CTE devs are looking to further improve the attack heli so it moves around easier, and they're also considering looking at all kinds of air related items and vehicles. That includes lock-on gadgets, rocket launchers and the mobile AA tank. I'm not too sure what they plan on doing. They didn't go into details, but I'm curious to know what they have in mind. Anyway guys, make sure to let me know what are your thoughts about the competitive game mode. Do you think Battlefield 4 needs this kind of game mode, or do you think it doesn't suit the game at all? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.